Be honest. Be honest. This shout out, this clip from Rose's channel always makes me smile. Just listening to Rose losing her absolute mind during this section was glorious. It's fantastic. Welcome in, welcome in. You know what? That's all right. It's a good time. We're going to go ahead and get started with this. How are you guys doing? Did you have some fun? You didn't mess up anything, Rose. You did not mess up a single thing. It's perfect. It's fine. It's marvelous. It's wonderful. I happen to have our fantastic guest already on the other side. They're sitting there waiting for us. And so, without too much further ado, we'll go ahead and get started with this because you're just in time. So, sit back, relax, get ready. For tonight's special guest, you will find making moon eyes and causing interstellar guys to swoon. They have a way with words and a voice that when used will make your knees like butter. Full of positive vibes and very community focused, you will find them hyping up their friends to anyone willing to listen. They can jam out and cut a rug with the best of them. If you need a simp partner, then you won't have to look far. If you're looking for someone to love in the deepest of space, then you know what? There you go. A fantastic voice actor and an interstellar singer. You won't want to miss a moment of this lovely little thirst trap. Without any further dancing around the subject, let me present to you a fabulous vocal talent that will keep you glued to your seat. Presenting to you tonight's super extremely special guest, the incomparable Darian HTVA, aka Dare Bear. Now, let me find the buttons because I found out otherwise my other buttons don't work. Darian, welcome to Talk Tuesday.
Hi.
We have a whole host and crowd of people on the other end dying and absolutely can't wait to get started with you.
Hi, everybody.
So, as it is Talk Tuesday, for those of you who don't know about Talk Tuesday, here's how Talk Tuesday works, right? So if you ask a question and our special guest goes, or hems and haws over the answer to that, that is called a tag question. Go ahead and hit that exclamation tag. We'll go get that counter started good. That's the thing that we started doing around here because people like to ask some really interesting, thought-provoking questions. So get ready for it.
Lovely.
If at any point in time, we ask you a question that you feel uncomfortable to answer, like, don't think that for a moment you are required to answer every question that we put across to you. If you feel uncomfortable, you don't want to answer it for whatever reason, you don't even have to explain it. Just say no. We'll skip it and we'll move right on to the next questions. No questions asked, no harm, no foul.
Perfect.
Sometimes we get down rabbit holes and those rabbit holes lead to, potential doxing and that sort of thing. And people are like, I don't really want to talk about that. And we're like, that's fair. We're going to move on. Or you can't talk about it. So, Don't feel like you have to. We have Zoda comes on here every now and again. He likes to fish for credit card numbers. We keep telling him it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get over it, Zoda. You're not getting anything more out of us.
Awesome.
It's just a thing that happens. For those of you guys heading out there and hanging out in chat, exclamation puzzle will get you a link to the puzzle. It's already set and ready to go. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. It's going to be you, me, and the next 3 hours with a room full of fantastic people asking questions. And for anybody new coming in here, you don't even have to follow everybody. If you show up into a stream chat, you automatically start out with 10 points. We have a channel point redeem to ask our guests our questions, and it's only worth 1 point. So even somebody brand new can come in and start asking you questions. Don't feel like you have to keep up with chat. I have I capture all of those questions off into another window so we don't lose them. So if you're reading chat, trying to keep up with it, don't even fret about it. Don't just let it go. It's fine. I have all the questions there, and that's because I like to do a pre-filter on the questions before we even ask them to you, because sometimes they just they don't make a lot of sense, right? And so I was like, if I'm not comfortable reading the question to you, then chances are you're probably not going to be comfortable to answer the question. So like I will preempt some questions ahead of for you. So again,
Okay, perfect.
chat's there
Thank
for
you.
you to talk and interact with it. But when it comes down to questions you start seeing popping through there, don't even phase them. I will handle.
I
those
am
for you.
on. I should probably, to full disclosure, I'm not on. I don't know if it's going to work on Twitch mobile. I'm on mobile right now. I'm not. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can look at chat. So
Yeah,
sorry,
no.
guys.
You're fine. You're fine. I will. That's my job. I act as the intermediary for you. How about that?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So you'd be just fine. You're just fine. Beyond that, we have four standard questions. There's 2 at the front, and then there's 2 at the end that we ask. We always ask those. And then every other question is going to come out of the conversation me and you have, and out of whatever chat decides they want to ask you. So
Okay, perfect.
So there you go. That's all the rules for the road, right? And at the end, like we were discussing earlier, at the end you get to pick a target for us to go raid, and then we're going to go laugh at them because they missed out on Talk Tuesday with the fabulous Darian HTV.
Yes,
So,
you missed it.
Are you officially ready to get the show on the road?
Yes, let's
Feeling
get the show
brave.
on the road.
Okay, Here we go. There we are. We are officially on the Talk Tuesday screen. It's all up there, nice and pretty. We've got your logo up in the corner. We have your Twitch logo down in the bottom corner. We have your socials out there. Ooh,
Beautiful.
We're fancy, right?
Beautiful. Awesome.
It's fine. It's fine. We live for this sort of thing. It's okay. we might have done this a few times.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Minkified. Yes, I found that rather interesting. We'll get to the Minkies here momentarily. I feel like I have a lot of talked to a number of individuals that are very heavily Minkified.
Yes.
Over the past couple months, and it's been rather enjoyable.
Oh,
that aside, your name, Darian HTVA. How did you come about that name?
Well, I had a generic Twitch name before, and I just started my journey into voice acting like late last year, early into this year. And I just over time, when I started streaming, I'm just like, well, the old username I had doesn't really suit me and what I'm going for. So HT being my last name initials and VA being voice actor, I think suited it, and also just suits the type of content I'm doing. And yeah, that's pretty much, I'd like to keep it simplified for everybody. So yeah.
Nice and easy to follow. No deep secrets. No. There's nothing wrong with that, right? I think sometimes there's definitely there's solid reasons to have a very simple, easy to remember name. Lord knows it made my life easy when I was I'm like, okay, their name is is this, and it was easy to remember your name as I was like typing it into about a dozen different forms that I have to fill out every time I do one of these things. So it works out well. It's fine.
It's fine.
I promise. I say that an awful lot. There's a friend of mine, Duzakino, who was like, everything is fine. We have like a little Discord recording of him saying that, and
right.
That has become one of like the main staples that Kino will claim everything is fine even though his base is burning down around his head.
Oh, there we go.
It's just one of those sort of things, right? So you'll hear me say that an awful lot, and
that's okay. It's fine.
It's fine. You can't. I'm like, I feel like I should put a counter up every time I say it's fine, but at that point, I would probably be at like tens of thousands of clicks on that one. Hi, Squirrel, and Greenie, and Miss Hermes Rose. We have a load. There was, I saw Bates blog was in here. Oh, and there's a Bonnie too.
Hello.
Oh, that's a good one to start off with there, Rose. We'll get that one here just momentarily. So the other question that we usually start off with, now that you've answered the one about your name, which is lovely. What got you into streaming? And I guess in this particular instance, almost by proxy for voice acting as well.
So voice acting was an interesting one to fall into because I'm neurodivergent. So with that comes, well, I'm on the higher part of the spectrum, and I did a lot of singing and acting in school. So naturally, I have this ability to mimic what I hear and see, but make it my own. And it was just very natural to me. And when Baldur's Gate 3 came out in 23, I just loved the performances, and it really inspired me to take up acting again. And I went to acting classes, and actually I thank the Minkies community. I was just starting in there around that time, and they all encouraged me to do that, along with like very close best friends of mine. And they said, yeah, go for it. Go do your acting, like if it's what you want to do. And I wouldn't have thought that voice acting would be the thing that kind of saves my life in a way, because I was going through a really rough period. And I just enjoy it. I love using my voice and giving it to characters that are really, really thought-provoking, well-written, and I don't know, it's just a fun thing for me to express myself in. And that kind of ties into the streaming part, where I was just seeing a whole bunch of my mutuals streaming, and I'm just like, I have an iPhone. I don't know if that's going to be good enough for this space. And I just thought, screw it. I'm just going to do a big stream. And a lot of the, again, shout out to the Minkies who showed up and followed me, and eventually got me them a bunch, again, with my close best friends. And thank you to as well for getting me to affiliate. I was not expecting any of that personally. It was very new for me. So what I love about streaming is being able to cultivate and create a community where it's inclusive and an open space for everybody, because I think personally I never felt included in a lot of things. And so I kind of want to, pay it forward and make people feel welcome. That was a very long answer.
It's just fine. We're good with the rabbit holes around here. Like that, if we're not going down a rabbit hole, then is it really a Talk Tuesday?
That's good to know.
You're fine. So no, if you decide you want to go down a rabbit hole because you just like, and before I forget, and there was this, and then there was this, and then there was, we're here for it. We're glued to our seats. You have our full and undivided attention. So
perfect.
Feel free.
Yay! Thank you. Perfect.
We like our rabbit holes. It's just fine. Minky power, right?
Minky power.
You have a lot of Minky fans apparently in chat as it is.
Hello, Minkies. Hello.
So for you then, so you really just kind of, I love the fact, I want to get my words right here in my brain. You have to give me just 2 seconds while I'm trying to figure out how I want to phrase this and say this, because so one of the things that we do is at the end of every episode, we ask people for advice that you would give to like a new streamer, that sort of thing, coming onto the scene, trying to get started on this sort of thing.
Right.
because I think it'd be cool to have this repository of, hey, we were all in your shoes at one point in time. Here's the things that we learned we're going to share with somebody else. And maybe somebody might find a piece of useful advice out of that. That might make their life easier. And be like, oh, and then they come looking for you and like, your advice saved me so much time and energy and effort. And thank you for that. It really made a difference for me. And I think that would be like a cool sort of thing to have happen. But one of the things that has come up many, many times as far as advice goes is this idea of just do it. Don't wait. Don't think about it. Don't wonder when you should do it. Don't. If you want to stream, get out there and just start streaming. You don't need a big supply of stuff. You don't need a ton of equipment to make it work or anything else. Just go do it. And in the fact that you're doing this on an iPhone, I think really pushes that thought process forward of just get out there and do it. You don't know until you try it. And you're out here streaming as it is on your iPhone. I think we're actually talking to you through a Discord call on your iPhone.
Yes. Yeah, it's all full circle, folks.
So it really is one of those, like, yes, you don't need a big high-powered computer. You don't have to wait till you have all of the things set up and ready to go. Just get out there, turn on the stream, and go do your thing. And you can be successful at it.
Yeah, I think, that's pretty much my take on it, because I find there's a lot, and everybody has their own way of doing something. I'm a full believer in that. I just think there's just too much pressure on a formula, I guess, or a quick starter, if you will. And honestly, just from doing what I do it because I want to. And you don't need, having all the high tech is great and you have it all at your disposal, but like, I use my phone. I could just push go live and it goes live. But at the same time, I think it's just about like what makes you happy, what motivates you, like what do you think people want to see, but more importantly, what's going to make you happy going live. It doesn't necessarily have to be about, oh my goodness, I got a bunch of followers or whatnot, because it's very easy to fall into that mindset. Whereas I, like currently right now, I'm doing just playing Love and Deep Space on Twitch right now. And what I love about it is I can just crack jokes, be funny, and consider people that come into my stream my friends. So I think of it as like having a hangout with my buddies. So I think it's just, I guess any advice I could give is just makes you.
I would hold on to the advice because that comes later.
Sorry.
You don't want to preempt your answer.
Well, I'm excited. Okay. But yes, I just wanted to say, like, I think it's just true that people get into a bit of a formula or just kind of like a to-do list when it comes to these things. It's just have fun. That's what I do.
One of the commentaries that I like to make an awful lot is if you're not enjoying what you're doing, if you're not having fun at it, why are you doing it?
Exactly.
Like, if you're not having fun, don't do it. If you are having fun, then absolutely continue to do it, because that's where you're going to find passion. That's where you're going to find enjoyment. It's not going to be a job. It's going to be a hobby. It's going to be fun.
Right.
And if you get hung up minding the numbers, it's going to feel like work. You're going to burn out.
Yeah.
You're going to get tired. And you're not going to want to do it after a bit. And I have seen a lot of streamers crash and burn because they get too engrossed in the numbers. They get too engrossed in chasing the stardom.
Yeah.
And I would say stardom is going to happen if you're good at what you're doing and you're having a good time. Stardom will come to you. I don't think chasing it is the way to go.
Well, yeah.
But that's my hot take.
Woohoo! We love a hot take.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine and dandy.
This is what we live for. Now, your first question coming in from Miss Hermias Rose would like to says, and I quote, "Hi, from your number one fan. What inspired you to get into acting?"
Hi, Hermates Rose. What a familiar name, first off. No, I'm kidding. Love you. What got me into acting, really? I think elementary school, I was in a play. Now I'm in Canada. I can talk about it, but I'm in Canada. So, in school, you are required in some ways to learn French. So, on that note, we did a Snow White play, and it was in French. I think what I love about acting the most is the expressiveness. And I just love getting up on stage, if it's for theater or if it's just any form of acting in general. I just love putting on a character, and I could still be me, but be a different type. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of, it's like putting on a costume and just having a time of your life. And I think that's what really drove me to acting, was just the art form of it, where it's playing a truth to an audience, and that really resonates with me because I'm an empath, and I just love that idea of, well, this character is having an emotional moment. I want to play it real, so that way it doesn't feel fake, in the sense of no one's going to resonate, and I want people to relate to it. So yeah.
So, okay, we're gonna chase this one. You have to. Okay. For starters, I do apologize. Right, number one. Usually, I'm a lot more active in these sort of things, and I don't struggle for my words nearly as bad as I have. But I did just get back from a convention, so I'm a little sluggish.
It's okay. It's okay.
The motors are there. It just, the engine doesn't want to turn over half the time.
It's okay. I understand.
So I get the. What's the word I'm looking for now? There's a word. So you like playing the parts. Is it a matter of telling the truth, or do you enjoy like being part of an overarching story? Like, do you specifically look for parts that speak to you, or do you look for parts that somehow intrigue you because you can learn something from the character, that sort of thing? I'm just kind of curious about that directionality.
Yeah, that's a good question. I appreciate that. I think a lot of times, every actor is different. They could either look for roles that speak to them, or be part of a story, or really all of the above. I fall in the all of the above category, because I find with storytelling, it's never one or overarching or linear told story. And right. I like to look at everything. If I'm auditioning for something, I want to look at who the scene partner is and look at my character. Okay, what are they looking for? Do they want a specific type of accent? Is it an accent I can do with full proficiency? So I think for me, story is important, as well as how does the character fit? How does the character react? Because a lot of times, I think people forget that having a reaction to something is important. So, for example, if, say, in the script, somebody throws a drink on you and there's no reaction to that, no one's going to know. Whereas right. I like to read everything, every single detail. And especially now, because it's so important, you don't want to miss any like technical specs or pacing specs. So I think it's just everything. I like to be a part of the story in its entirety, and want to help make the character be a part of that whilst giving my take of it, because that's the thing. I like to, I guess, bring a bit of myself whilst respecting what the story is, if that makes sense.
So, okay, I'm going to ask a bunch of these questions around this, because this is a field and industry that is like, I watch movies, I watch televisions, I listen to all that stuff, and that's fine. But to me, I hear a lot of people like, oh, well, I want to bring a little bit of myself into the role. So for me as an outsider, right, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, if we were talking about programming, then fine. There's in programming, there's not really, everything's logic based. So 1 + 1 is 2. 1 + 1 will always be 2. There's no sense in trying to reconfigure 1 + 1 to be anything other than 2. The math adds up. The math is mathing, right? So it's not a big deal. But voice acting is like telling a story, and not just voice acting, but it's acting in general. You're part of an overarching story. Right. How do you fit pieces of you into a character that's already predefined? Like, and I'm going to use some very gross analogies here, and if I'm way off base, feel free to correct me. But like, you could have if you're playing the murderer, you're going to stab person A, however you're going to stab the person that, like, intrinsically, Darian is not I'm not going to run out and stab everybody I run into. Like, that is not a portion of you. So if you were playing the scene, how do you go about introducing bits of yourself into that? Like, that's the thing that I find curious, because people's like, oh, well, I like to introduce. Okay, but a murderer is a murderer. Like to me, logically speaking, there's only one way to kill somebody according to the script.
Okay. So I get, first off, I do get it. Like, because from a bird's eye view, it's like, well, how can you add bits of oneself when there is a character, it's written, it's ready to go? So this is the beauty of acting. It doesn't have to be point A to B character. Like, even though it's written, you don't have to make it, I guess, a stereotype, because that's a lot of things actors tend to do. Not every, but some. We've all done it, where when you think it's a murder, you go for the stereotype, I'm gonna get you. You know, it's right. But I don't like to do that anymore, because with the training I've had, and specifically in voice acting, because you're only hearing our voices, how can you convey nuance through voice? Well, if we're talking about a murder, if I may demonstrate for the folks.
Go for it.
So let's just say a murderer has the intent to murder one's beloved for whatever silly reason. He could have been cheating, or really, it's mainly from what I've seen, it could be cheating. So it isn't as simple as exactly. So you could always go for the simple, I know you were out with her tonight, you fucking asshole. Excuse my language.
You're fine. It's an 18 over stream. You can curse your heart's content.
Yay! Yay, I'm not censored. No.
No.
But yeah, so whereas what I do when I put bits of myself is, okay, and this is where acting is really cool. You have to figure out the objective, which is, I'm going to kill my unfaithful husband, but what leads up to that? And I could add bits of myself where I have my giggle moments, and I can make that very maniacal. So, for example, so I see him and it's like, what are you doing? Oh, who is that? You know what I mean? Whereas stereotypically one would go, I knew it. I knew you were doing it. Whereas I like a build up. Right. So say if you're building it up, especially in voice acting, you have to have a lot of nuance. And that's where, as you just heard, like, what are you doing, honey? You know, it's not just like, I'm going to go straight to the point. I'm going to build it. So that's what I mean by when someone adds a bits of themselves into a character that's already done, doesn't necessarily mean you have to go by the book. If a lot of times, especially in voice work, you are given the chance to kind of slightly improv or slightly add a bit of what I do, nuance or vocal brightness or inflections. I'm using a
Right.
lot of jargon. It's great.
Use all the jargon you want. Just don't be surprised if I don't come back. Okay, what do you mean by this? Now I'm gonna start beating you up over jargon, so we all. It's fine. I look. I as a programmer, we use jargon all the time, and then we have to come back around and explain what the jargon means, so that we're all communicating from the same vocabulary. So feel free.
Mm-hmm. But
So, I say that, and I think most of our guests are actually in the business, so I may be the only one that's like, I don't. What do you mean by this? It's okay. It's all right. It's fine.
It's fine and dandy.
It's fine.
So yeah, so that's what I mean by putting bits of myself. I don't like to make a character, even though it was written, make it stale. Because if you notice, I build it up where you may think I'm not going to strike, but it's like, you think I don't know what you're doing, huh? And then it's just kind of, well, you won't be alive enough to see another day, and then just go for it. Make it guttural. So that's what I mean by kind of adding bits of myself where I have the giggles, and then I can give an intensity of, you do not want to see me mad, because it's true, you do not want to see me mad. So finding those things about yourself and applying it to the role, in my opinion, makes it that much more, it makes the character more convincing, more appealing, more real. And that's what I mean. I play characters for real. So that's why I play I like a lot of evil types. I can even play it's like me just exposing myself why I play evil types. Oops. But yeah, I think that's what I mean when I say playing a truth or using oneself. What bits of yourself can you use or utilize to make the character more realistic? Like, I'm going to cite one of my inspirations, Neil Newbon. He never plays a character one-dimensionally or even two-dimensionally. He, like me, covers everything about a character. That's why Astarion is such a heavily nuanced character, because he could have just played a simple vampire, but that's already been done. Or it's like, what makes Astarion tick? What makes him laugh? What can I add to him that can really drive it home? And that's been a big inspiration to me. So, yeah.
Fantastic. So it's more about adapting. So would you say it's more about molding yourself around what you feel the ideal of the character should be, and then the bits that fall through the crack are where the writers, we're going to say writers in this case, don't supply enough information, and so you have to draw from something that is meaningful. In this case, you pull from yourself.
Yeah. Because a lot of times in voiceover, you're not going to get, especially in video game voiceover, you're not going to get a whole script because of NDA and whatnot. So you're getting bits and pieces of what a character could be. So it's up to you as the actor to kind of use your toolkit and say, okay, well, you get a generic description of said, be it an entity, character, wherever it may be, the genre. Always look at the genre because that'll help.
Right.
And you kind of just go from there. And if it's like an audio drama, typically you do get full scripts, and you do get the directions and like make this character's voice higher. but more
Mm-hmm.
times than not, you do get a bit of leeway to kind of still put yourself in it. I think it's just about finding the balance of don't put too much because
Right.
you want to stay true to the story. And I think it's just finding the balance, but also not being afraid to take a risk with that role. And that's pretty much what I do. I take a risk. If it earns me the role, then I'm very happy. And if not, that's okay because once again, it's in my pocket. So yeah.
Yes, it's so. I mean, at the end of the day, you're still always like building a set of tools to get a job done. I say
Exactly.
set of tool. I don't know if that's. I struggle sometimes with phrasing like that because I don't like phrasing like that. Like to me, I don't think it's a set of tools. I think it's more of a skill set. It's a learned way, a learned formula, as it were. I start thinking about tools, I unfortunately I go very, very physical with my idea of tools. And so like, oh, it's a tool to add to your tool set. Really? You're gonna give me a screwdriver. Okay, great. That didn't quite work out the way no, we're not giving you a screwdriver. Oh, you just said you were gonna give me a tool. Rude.
I'm not going there.
How dare.
Not going there. Not the screwdriver. No.
Yeah, no. It's fine.
Oh my goodness.
It's all right. It's fine. It's one of those. Yeah, I find it interesting. I don't get very many voice actors on the show here, and so when I do, you'd be surprised how many people are like, "Oh, that would be great to know about it." However, we're going to take you out of voice acting for a moment. We're going to give you a second to think about that one. Miss Green Emerald Dragon would like to know.
Hi, Nikki.
If you were reincarnated in a world of swords and magic, and you can have 5 skills or gifts, what would those be?
What a question. Hold on. Wait a minute. I feel like this is a D&D one, so I'm just gonna go D&D. If I was no?
So are you familiar with the animes with anime?
Somewhat, yes.
So this is a question directly proportioned to a standard trope that happens in anime and mangas, as it were, called isekai. This is typically where you're plucked up and dumped somewhere else. Yeah, that's. This is Greenie's favorite question to ask. We get it. They generally tend to ask it quite an awful lot. But this particular version of it, she dropped the isekai from the question and just said reincarnated.
Okay. Yeah. I've heard of isekai, yeah.
Okay.
Like,
there you go.
What world? Okay.
It's a world of swords and magic. So
swords. Oh no. I want to say
yes.
Let me say Faerun one time. I want to be in Faerun for no particular reason other than anyway. Yeah, the gifts and skills. Rogue for sure. I want to learn the art of like lock picking. I want to learn persuasion because I don't think I'm always persuasive, so it'd be really fun to use in there. Great sword, whatever it's called, weapon master. Because I want to master like one of the big weapons you find. Oh, there was another one, and I can't think of it now. Oh, necromancy. So, and then last one, Fireball, because why not?
Wow, Fireball.
Fireball. Yay!
I say this. So it was Duke Nukem. It was an old game back in the 80s. And you could go to the credits, and if you watch all the way to the end of the credits, the voice actors that they had for the game were sitting around the table, and the characters were the characters they were on the screen. And so they were voice acting their own little way of a D&D campaign. And one of the side lackeys who gets killed an awful lot, like it's like, I want to cast magic missile, and then that's kind of the way he would say it, just like that. Like, I don't care what's going on, I'm casting magic missile, like over and over and over again. Like, why? You could use fireball. Magic. And so every time somebody says magic fireball, that's the line that comes up into my head and plays over and over again. And I just laugh about this because there's like, no, magic missile. I have to go look it up, see if I can't find it. I'll have to share that one.
Yeah, definitely.
What? If necromancy is like a medic, that's yelling at their parents, I don't give you permission to die permanently. Yes.
Yeah.
That's one way of looking at that. Fantastic.
Yeah. It's putting it to use. I don't know.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll get there. Right? It's okay.
It's okay.
But why a rogue?
Because maybe I'm just going by the stats that Astarion has. He has crazy stats when we do combat, and I don't know. It's just so much damage, especially with the use of a dagger. So
I have such a good laugh because I hear everybody's like, oh yes, Astarion's great, and then I watch people playing Baldur's Gate, and you know the one commentary I hear more often than not is usually, oh god damn it, Astarion, can't you hit harder?
Fair.
What do you mean you missed? What the hell's wrong with you, Astarion? Like everybody like curses him. I hear, oh, he's such a great character. He's a wonderful. I love Astarion. Da 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 da. And almost inevitably, all I ever hear when I tune in somebody playing Baldur's Gate is they're cursing out Astarion for one reason or another. And I'm like, this dude gets a lot of love and then a whole lot of hate, right?
Yeah, you know what? Bless his heart. I love him to bits. He does have his moments where he just doesn't hit, and it's like, well, you rolled this amount of damage. Why aren't you doing it? And the best part is when he's right in front of the thing, be it a ghoul or whatever, and he misses, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You were right there. You were not even like. You weren't even that far away. It was like face to face, and you still miss. It's like, are you okay, sweetie? do you need a break? Do you need like a? I could just envision him saying, "Oh, darling, I'm too tired," and it's like, no. Anywho.
No. You're fine. Keep going. We're here for it.
Yay. I'm here all night.
Tip your waitresses on before you leave.
Yeah.
But I mean, but that's the sort of thing. Like I hear people like, oh, Astarion. Understand it. We just got done doing a year-long Baldur's Gate. Myself and three other guys. We did basically a permadeath play. It was almost honor mode without being honor mode. But if we died, we started over with brand new characters. And so we role played the characters. So they each had their own backstory and how we interacted, and the choices that we made were were based on how the character would actually interact in that particular situation and make the choices. We had a lot of fun.
Okay.
The very first group out killed Astarion. Like he jumped onto somebody it was Rutherford's character. Decided he was going to suck on Rutherford's neck, and Rutherford's chat decided that no, he just needs to get stabbed for that, and so
no. Oh, poor Pookie. No.
he got stabbed, all right.
Rip. My poor star. It's fine. It's fine.
But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It was we got a good laugh out about the whole thing. Of course, that was also the same group that I think shortly after that somebody crossed the picket line into Druid's place and set the whole Druid enclave hostile on us, and so we ended up dying anyways, and so we had to start over again. But it's fine.
Beautiful, poetic.
It worked out. It was all right.
Could that be considered karma?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, so we were all playing four characters. So like the NPCs didn't really make any difference because we couldn't do all of their storyline stuff because they couldn't be put in the party. Yeah. Obviously. So like trying to get their stuff done was never going to be a thing that was ever going to happen. So we had a good time about it, but yeah, it was like, if we killed Astarion, who cares? We killed Will. Like, we had to save the chick from the pod, and one of us ran up there and failed to check on it, and we're like, well, I'll back out and we'll let somebody else do the check. And so the other one ran in there to do the check, only didn't see the fact that there was no check to do, clicked the wrong button, and vaporized the chick in the pod. So,
I know what you mean. You mean Mizora?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Chick in the pod. It's fine. It's okay.
Well, okay. Understand. Other than playing once a week on Sunday with these guys, I didn't touch Baldur's Gate at all because I didn't want to spoil or anything. Like, so that was literally my first play all the way through the game.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't learn any of the characters' names because they were never part of the squad, right? That I didn't deal with them all the time. So yeah, to me, it was just some dude, some chick, some whatever. I don't, the guy back at the camp.
the singing bard with the very funny hat.
Oh no, we exploded Volo. Not even intentionally. Like, we didn't even get a chance to do it. We were going to do it. We didn't even get a chance to. The game glitched and then just exploded him right when he was taped to the barrels and everything. We're like,
that's glorious.
We would have done that ourselves. You didn't have to do that for us, computer. None of us like Volo. Especially when he comes after you with that ice pick. We're like, no.
Oh yeah, yes, good times.
You want to do what? No.
Although I do it because there's a benefit, and if there's a benefit, fuck it, I'll do. That's fine. That's cool, because if you get the ice pick or do it, you can see invisibility permanently. Just a thought.
Yeah. No. I'm sorry. I still have the mindset of my final character that we played through there with, who was this a fighter sorcerer. Okay. And honestly, the sorcery was more reflexive than it was active. So he didn't like regular to cast spells. Most of it was just like, oh, you're going to hit me, shield, and now you can't hit me. Neener. Well, and he had a bit of a drug problem. He drank potions of Cloud Giant strength, almost like as it was his own personal drug of choice. And then his solution to everything was to just yeet everything. Like there's nothing a good yeeting can't solve. Let me just hold still. I'll just throw you, and that'll fix the problem.
Yeah, I like that you can do that in game. Just throw somebody. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Well, when I discovered that was the thing I could do, that was it. I spent the rest of my time. I didn't have enough strength to regularly throw things, and so the rogue of the group was nice enough to keep me fairly well stocked in like strength potions, so that I could just throw things around.
Right.
It was a good time.
No?
It worked out well, ish.
That's good.
There was a couple of times I threw one of our own party members, turned him into missiles, and I could just hold still. And the every time the dwarf would start playing his banjo, I would pick him up and do. It was actually really funny because he was serenading people in the party, and I'm like, "Oh, you're playing music. I can't stand music." Ran up, grabbed him by the shorts, threw him halfway across the room, and then all of the people started throwing gold coins at my feet. I'm like, see, thank you. I will be here chucking him all day.
You redefined the class bard into a whole other level, my friend.
I do what I can.
Well
Thank
done.
you for the alert, lady.
Thank you.
But yeah, so, we had fun. Like I'm used to role playing. Like I have been a solid D&D role player for better part of 30 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 30 years.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna say 30 years. I'm gonna leave it at 30 years. It's probably a little longer than that, but I don't want to actually do the math for that. So 30 years sounds good.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. I think. No,
you sure?
It's fine. But so, do you play Dungeons and Dragons? Do you do D&D?
Before I didn't, I'll admit this now. Before I didn't, I do like medieval times. I immersed myself in before D&D. Really, I guess I consider Dragon Age in some cases in that realm in a different way. I was exposed to that. I love the stories and aspect. It's probably not, I know it's not the same in some ways, but I never played like I never played like full-fledged D&D. I got into it. I got into it. Oh well. Sorry, I got distracted by something.
You're fine.
Thank you. I got into it through Baldur's Gate, and then with one of my close best friends, they are currently GMing a campaign that I'm in, and I get to play a necromancer who's absolutely chaotic, and we just added something totally fun. And what I love about doing this sort of thing is I can role play and I can act, and that's my favorite part of D&D is acting.
Right. I was kind of curious if you did play D&D and if you found that you could draw correlations between the voice acting work and playing a character in a campaign.
Yeah.
So you kind of answered that for me.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's your answer. Yeah, I do that, and that's shout out to my close bestie Cello, who does who's doing this campaign. Like they're a brilliant writer, and they let
Mhm.
me be as chaotic as possible within reason. Sometimes they'll have to tell me, okay, all right.
Tone
So
it down. Not quite that over the top.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but it does help, and you are getting. I'm going to say this probably wrong, but it's like you're getting exercise, as it were, for your acting.
It pretty much, yeah. I'm I'm getting exercise, just exercising my role playing abilities and also exercising like my acting and you know, um
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just I think it's just crucial to uh use whatever means outside of the booth, if I'm being honest. And D&D is a really good game to use that. And I think it's cool. So, yeah, I really enjoy it.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mhm.
Miss Swifty Squirrel would like to know what would be your dream project to get invited to work on. It can be a specific project or just a general theme or a team to work with.
Ooh, that's damn, you threw me. No, because I have a lot. Like
Go for
I
it. We're here for it.
Oh, great. Thank
The
you.
stage is yours, so
Okay, let me tap the mic. Tap, 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 tap. Okay. So one team I definitely would love, absolutely love to work with. Um, I guess is the team with I guess I always wanted to be like in a Dragon Age RPG sort of game. So like in that realm of Dragon Age, Baldur's Gate 3, I want to honestly any sort of game like that put me as like an NPC, the like just make me the annoying like an annoying NPC. Or if I were to play a main lead, I want to be like a not a generic protagonist, but a protagonist that's really filled with humanity and a lot of different nuances. So I definitely would love to do that. I would love to be I'd love to be in like a fighting like a Warhammer game because
interesting. Now, that's a very interesting choice because Warhammer is it's a very violent sort of game. It's not.
yeah.
But I guess for somebody that's like, no, I'm perfectly okay playing the murderer. Let me go stabby. I'm fine. Like, wait a minute. She already covered this earlier. If I was paying an iota shred of attention, she already like, no. I'm the bad guy. It's okay.
It's I mean, well, it's what can I say? I have a I have like a whole repertoire, I guess, of things I could do. I think it's just I'm open to anything really, but definitely, and this is my hot take, and it should be a genuine hot take. No AI of any kind in it, please. No AI. I don't like it. So there's my hot take.
Well, right. I get. I'm curious, right? Because there's
Mhm.
like you could be. Hey, there have been a number of really cool games that have been out in the last couple of years that deal
Mm.
around like AI and robotic intelligence and that sort of thing.
Mm.
And I think the voice actors did a marvelous job at that sort of thing. I think the stories are
Yeah.
well told.
Mhm.
But I don't think that they themselves were AI generated. I think that it was just a really talented set of voice actors doing the work.
Oh yeah.
Now, is it just AI in general, or are you opposed to like AI being used? Like where is it that you're drawing that line on? Is it like
I
if
think
it's in the story, I don't want to be a part of it, or it's more like no, just don't replace my voice with an AI generated garbage.
I think it's more, yeah, don't replace an actor's voice when you could just use the actor's actual voice, because I see this a lot where a lot of actors' voices are getting used in AI settings, be it like a TikTok edit or just an edit in general. And I think it's just dangerous because we are in a world now where your voice can be manipulated and cloned, and they could be made to say very awful things, and people will actually think that you said it. And I think it's just important when I say I don't want AI, I think I mean I don't want AI that's replacing a genuine artist or an actor, whereas you can have real artists working on it and real actors working on it. And I get there's AI use when it's necessary, but I just don't like this idea of taking a robot or just a fake voice where you can use an actor to do what you need to. And I think that's where I'm very much opposed to any form of AI, in the sense of if it's taking away somebody's job, I don't like it.
Okay, so it's not a story issue, more so it's a technology based issue, which is fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Totally can get behind that. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not a specific like acting group or team that you would like to jump in on. You're just more of let me play a bad guy. I'm happy to go stabby for you.
I feel like that's just kind of how you're gonna see me now. Just you might as well just change my logo, stabby.
Let me see if I have a stabby. Maybe if I can find me like a little dagger, I'll just stick it right there in Minky's hand. It'll be fine.
Of course. Thank you, Nori. I'm kidding, but you know what? It's because there's so many different projects and things. It's hard to narrow it down. I will say my main two. It would have to be something within the realm of like Baldur's Gate and Dragon Age combined, along with like a Warhammer and Final Fantasy, because I just like, if I'm playing like a really serious character with a lot of nuance, which a lot of these games do have, I'm all for it. So I bet I'd be so down to play. Really, my dream role, all right, is a protagonist. I'd love to play like the main character, be what the player wants to be. Like I would be so down for that. Absolutely.
Well, I think everybody, and not to, I don't know how best, not to detract from your statement, but I think everybody wants to be a main character at some point. I think having a main character role works well for your career, and voice acting and everything else. But I would also say that even side characters, people do really well.
Oh yeah.
As a side character.
Oh no, I'm open to anything really. Like I'm not picky. Like even if it's someone just like saying 2 lines for a minute, I'm all for it, because I think with acting, you just kind of, it's about building your repertoire, building your
portfolio.
Resume. Your portfolio, your demo, because that's pretty much your calling card, you know?
Right.
So yeah.
Okay, so we all know when looking up for Darian that her portfolio will be full of you want to die? Sure, hold still. This won't hurt me one bit.
May or may not be in it. We don't know. You can.
No, we don't know. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. That's the beauty of me. You just have to, if you see me in a project and if you hear something of that nature, then it happened, and we can thank Nori for manifesting that. Thank you, Nori.
I don't know. I'm necessarily manifesting. I'm just asking the questions. It's fine.
Okay.
Just don't come after me. It'll be all right. I didn't
don't
know
worry,
it. I promise.
You're safe. You're safe. You're fine.
Manifesting sparkle.
Yes. Beautiful.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're here for it. Short Bud would like to know, when you are thinking, do you have a voice in your head narrating things? And if so, who's that voice?
Do I have a voice narrating? Well, you know what? I that I have a bunch of voices, to be honest. And it depends if I've watched or played something. So for example, if I if I played, for example, Love in Deep Space, and
Hmm.
I retain the MC's voice in my head, more times than not, that's going to be that voice narrating. Or if I hear another character's voice, again, that's in my head. So it just depends on the source material, and more times than not, it's just me talking to myself.
Oh, I think we all talk to ourselves after a fashion. But I think especially if you're a regular streamer, you do an awful lot of talking to yourself, because even when chat's not moving or there, because you've got a bunch of people lurking, which we love our lurkers.
Mm-hmm.
But you do find yourself talking to yourself an awful lot. So,
Oh yeah,
uh,
it's fun. It's a fun thing. And I used to be
it's fun.
really awkward about it, but I'm over that now because at the end of the day, I'm just having a laugh. Like if I'm gonna be laughing by myself, that's fine. I'll do it live. So
Now, so you say you've gotten over it a little bit. Was there any particular method, a trick, a thing that you did to help get past that awkward phase of trying to figure out how to talk regularly to yourself?
um I think it was more just a just over time realizing like at the end of the day, I want to present myself in the most accurate way possible, meaning being just myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how I got over it because it's like I said, I'm streaming with my friends. So how do
Yeah.
my friends see me? Myself. So if you're gonna get Varian simping for 2D or 3D dimensional men for a good hour, 2 or 3, that's what you'll get.
Definitely can't confirm that is exactly what you will get.
Mm. Exactly.
I've popped into a few of your streams once or twice. I think I've even rated you a couple of times.
Yes, and I
Uh,
thank you for that. Hmm.
we've got some very spicy commentary going on.
But it's over 18.
It's fine.
It's over.
It's
It's
fine.
okay.
It's fine.
This is where I say I'm glad my family doesn't watch it.
Well, okay. So, do you regularly concern yourself with who watches your content? I mean, like, granted, yes, I put the flags on for over 18 content, but up to a fashion, there's only so much policing you can do over who pops in. Because if they don't ever say a word in your chat, then you don't know they're there anyways.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're dealing with a kid or not. So it gets a little difficult. But do you find
Yeah.
yourself regularly having to police your own chat, or is that just not been a big thing?
It's not too much, but I always make sure like I tag it 18 plus, and also I have
Mhm.
amazing besties who mod for my streams who are pretty much watching, making sure everything is very adult content, minor free, like do not interact. Like I'm very proactive more so because I am an adult and I have my moments even on main. um and so it's just important that I tag everything, making sure like do not interact, like it is not a space for you. So
If you can't be an adult and keep it, I would say keep it adultish, but I don't know that that's quite the right term I'm looking for. So
like PG.
I very rarely ever stay PG, which is why
Exactly.
all mine are tagged 18 plus.
Exactly. So it's just important just knowing like if it's going to be 18 plus, if you cannot even keep it to a simple PG, then just make it 18 plus. It saves you the trouble, honestly, and also making sure that you got, I guess, mods to I guess not so much police it like overly too much, but police it enough, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
That might be where I'm screwing up at.
Oh dear.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Lady Experiment, aka Taya, would like to know: do you prefer waffles or pancakes?
Oh, that's just mean. Why can't I have both, you know? But that's the problem. It's going to depend on my mood. Because I'm a big Nutella eater, so typically I like to have it on waffles more times than pancakes. So we'll say for the here and now, I do like my waffles because I can put Nutella on it and then get whipped cream on it because it's absolutely yum. There we go. So there, I like waffles. That could change like later on. But again, all depends on the mood.
Come back in 3 hours, folks. It'll be something entirely different.
Exactly.
Did you know they made Nutella syrup? Wait, really? It's pancakes. Pancakes. Forget the waffles. I'm here for the pancakes.
Odd Nutella syrup, I'd be dead. Oh no. No one would hear from me if there is Nutella syrup.
Okay. Zoda, you need to hide Nutella syrup. Don't talk about it to Darian.
The opposite. Talk about it to me. What do you mean? Absolutely. I should be. You know what? I could sponsor Nutella with the amount I eat. That I won't talk about.
It's fine. It's fine. Right? It's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
It's not a big deal. No. It's not a big deal at all.
Everything is fine because everything is awesome.
Oh no. I know that song too.
Nutella, come on, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Yes. We're gonna keep on the voice acting for just a second longer. How many different dialects do you know?
Not many, and I'm going to disappoint some people because they're probably going to get me to try and do like a random accent where if you want to go proficiency, I can do a very good RP British accent. So I'm just going to do a quick warm up. Hold on. Okay.
You're fine. I mean, we're going to ask you to do any of them. I'm more just generally curious, right? As a voice actor, would you say having a bunch of dialects is a necessity? Is it okay to be typecast into a single dialect because that's the only thing you can do? Like, yeah. I don't know where the importance of that falls into play.
So I think if Bates is still in chat, she'll kind of pipe in and say it depends where you're going. Like because voice acting has a lot of different areas. So if you are doing character work, it depends on the character you're auditioning for. If you know you can't do an accent, don't audition and don't put it on a CV. Just don't do it. If there is an accent you can do, then definitely do it. So for example, my strongest accent point is RP British. And I've done it because I'll expose myself. It's fine. I used to watch Teletubbies as a kid, you know? And so I like I said, I have mimicry as a big skill set. And I would go to school the next day. And it's because Teletubbies, I guess on one episode was just like, water. And I guess in school they actually thought my family was British because I kept saying, "Hey, Mummy, I want water." And they're just like, "Do you have people from like Britain or England or something?" My mom's like, "No." So, yeah, I can do RP British accent, and I did a dialect class with Bates, and I really tapped into Russian mode because I love Jahira and just the accent Tracy Wiles, who acts as Jahira, used for her. It's very
Hmm.
heavy. Um, and this is how much Baldur's Gate I played because I literally memorized her whole sequence. And it's like, uh, it is a curious creature that holds all manner of secrets, you know?
Right.
it's just, it's just like I said, if I hear an accent enough, I will use it. And when it's Russian, because it's a very heavy accent. Like, good for you. It's just I just need to hear a line and I can just go into it. But if I'm not proficient in it, typically I don't go into it because I don't want to give like a false performance. And I think it's just best to be careful with that. If you know you can do it, do it. If not, that's okay. That just gives room for, training and everything. So yeah.
Fair enough. Bates is like, yep, yep, yep. On point. Uh, so I used to do back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been really kind of curious about people who really. Hi, Care Twin. Welcome in.
Hi.
I've always been curious. So for me, I'm a polyglot. Like I know I speak English, Spanish, Japanese. I'm learning Swedish right now, and then I know about 14 non-spoken languages.
Damn, that's cool.
Well, you say that's cool. Those 14 languages are programming languages. Let's be fair.
I mean,
There's a reason why they're not
cool.
spoken. There's a reason why they're not spoken. But so for me, I find it's verbiage plays an awful lot. So to me, I think people sound British because of the way they say the words, but a lot of times I also think it's the word choice that goes along with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, do you find that to be accurate for you, or does it? You're like, no. I can make British work with anything I say just because I can sound British. Like I don't. I'm curious about just general curiosities at this point.
I think it just, if you want to make it realistic, you really have to hear because British accents are not just one. It depends on county. It depends on what part of UK you're speaking, and Bates can attest to that because we had that in class where we had to think of. Oh, sorry, 1 sec. Sorry, I had a phone call coming in.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, we're losing her. Wait.
I fell into the void and I am back. It was a very good dive. Anyway,
Don't panic, folks. Don't panic. We got to rescue back from the void.
Yep, it was fun, but I think just with any accent, it's just doing your research, and because you can't simplify it as like a basic accent. So for British, if it's a Yorkshire accent, if it's Lancashire, even, and I'm just thinking, or Birmingham, I'm just thinking UK placements, and it's important to do the research for that specific accent because the way you're going to say a word is going to be very different. So Yorkshire is going to be different to Crimson did this, and I'm going to butcher it. So I'm sorry, Crimson, but it's like Yorkshire. So it's all in how you say it, and it's the way it's pronounced as well. And I think a lot of me too missed the mark.
Just thinking a gem with the Yorkshire.
Go down to the pub for Yorkshire, like it's something like that. I'm never visiting Yorkshire. I'm sorry, but yeah, I think it's just about doing
Oh,
research.
Miss
So,
Hermaeus Rose would just like to know, just as a commentary, because they don't get to say it often enough, that your voice is extremely calming.
aw, thank you. I appreciate it a lot, and I aim to keep people calm on my streams as well. Unless I'm sipping, then you're not getting calm. Sorry.
No, no, you're just getting a good solid thirst trap at that point.
Yeah. You signed up for it, so it's fine.
Did we sign up for that? I
Yeah.
don't recall that. I
Yep.
suppose maybe possibly.
Yeah, if you click the follow button, you are agreeing to the fact that Dare Bear here is going to be simping for a good chunk of the stream. If not even a good chunk, then maybe the entire stream. And that's completely okay.
It's just fine.
It's just fine indeed.
It is. It is. If we might even go so far to say it's amazing.
Amazing.
It's fine. See, I tell you that like that is just the thing I say now when I'm like, okay, I need. I find it's really interesting because in Japanese they do the same sort of thing where when you and I find it's interesting learning this in the various different languages. There is this filler word that gets used. So like in American as we speak and even in I'm going to say British and the RP, the British accents and whatnot, you find that people will do a lot of or that stutter word. So in Japanese, it's ano, and so they'll use that as their stutter word. Puerto Ricans, we used eto as our stutter word. Yes, the ano. See.
Ooh, very good.
So we have these stutter words that show up in there, and I find that it's fine. It's fine. It's becoming my streaming stutter word. Like I need a filler here. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Oh no.
It's fine.
Oh no, why are you laughing? Guys, Nori's broken. Send help.
So yeah, I know my bots are even thirsty. I can't help it. I'm sorry. We make even bots around here. So we had a bot show up. And they were like, they literally came in and said, "Want to see her naked?" and then dropped the link for it.
I mean, I did. I'll make the joke now, and I'll say I do need some extra funds. So there you go, free publicity, I guess. No, I'm kidding.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So.
It was just we were talking about it, and then this bot shows up, and I turn over and I look, and this bot's like, "You want to see her naked?" I'm like, "Excuse you? Hang on, let me just make that go away." But like Emerald's reaction after that, and then everybody else is like, "Wow, even your bots are thirsty." Well, when you've got a guest on the stream with you that is this absolutely mind-blowingly fantastic, who wouldn't want to be thirsty in this chat? Let me say.
I mean, what can I say except you're welcome?
There you go. See, there you go. Nailed it. Right on point.
You're welcome. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was absolutely chef's kiss for timing. Like that bot couldn't have showed up any better.
Yeah.
We were gonna get rid of him anyways, but yeah, that timing on that bot was
That was
Spot on.
beautiful. That was a beautiful moment. That will go down in history as like iconic moment for Talk Tuesday.
You say we've had several. It's actually been rather interesting. We've had several different iconic moments.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
we did an interview, and that not really technically Talk Tuesday. It was we did a short lived, a moderate discussion with amazing moderators interview on a Saturday one time where we sat down with Jem. And one of the questions they came up with is, if you had to choose somebody to go mod for, you had your pick, you could go mod for any team, any streamer out there you wanted to go mod for and be a part of that team. Where did you want to go? And their response was, I want to go and. All right, it was funny the first time. It's not funny the second time.
Oh my God. You got another one?
I got it. It's gone. I got it. I got it. I took care of the problem.
You're good. I trust you. It's fine. Oh dear.
It's fine. We got it. Oh man. But so Jem said that they would like to mod for Tom DeVilligan and be a part of that crew to mod for. And
nice.
That's exactly what they're doing. So they now mod for Tom DeVille during his streams and whatnot, which I thought was absolutely fantastic, right? You put it out there into the worldwide, into the web, and that's the sort of thing that happens. We had pearl clutching moment. Percy, have yourself a wonderful night. Take care. Thank you for dropping by.
Oh my goodness. I do know Jem. Oh, yes. Lovely soul.
Oh, absolutely gorgeous. So that was pretty fantastic. We had another guest star on here who was talking about their family growing up as a kid and their father's instruments and the music that he used to do and everything, and how it was all gone. And shortly after that interview, their family got a hold of that, and they went out and found all of his old guitars, the instruments, the music that he wrote, and everything else, and got it to them, like a few weeks after the VOD went live and everything. After we did the interview.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So we've had a number of like really cool sort of like that was fantastic. We don't gun for moments like that. They're lovely when they happen.
Exactly.
But it's a good time. It's mostly I just do this because I find it interesting. I like learning about people. And so that's what Talk Tuesdays are for me, is a way for me to get to know an individual, interact and have that moment of, it was a lovely conversation.
Yeah.
And, we get to know about you. So this is fantastic. Let's see. A lobotomized sloth would like to know, if you woke up stranded on an island, what is the one thing you'd want with you, and who would you want to be stuck with, or would you rather be alone?
Also, hi sloth, love you. Oh goodness. Well, this goes without saying. I would need my phone because I would be streaming the experience.
Hey, Aqua.
Hi, Aqua. Yeah, I would stream the experience because data exists. And I would bring, or no, who would I be stranded with?
I feel like we're going into a thirst trap moment. Hey, everybody grab your towels. It's about to get wet.
There's a joke somewhere. Damn it.
It's fine. Okay, well, it's fine.
It's fine. Well, I would be stuck with Silas from Love and Deep Space because he can protect me from shit. There you go.
There you go. Crazy Nori. If I had a nickel for every time Squirrel was like phrasing Nori, man, I wouldn't have to work a day in my life.
oh dear.
Apparently, Kara Twin, apparently. It's even swiped our guest stars tonight's
Mhm.
You're fine, Squirrel. Nothing but love for you, Squirrel. Nothing but love.
All the love.
Squirrel's had it rough. Squirrel's had to deal with me for over 2 years now. We invaded their stream on a random raid one day, and we just never left.
Mhm. That's awesome.
I think it's always fantastic when like I usually tell everybody if whether you're new streamer or old streamer, like always raid, always and always and always raid.
Mhm.
If you don't raid, then you miss out on what could possibly be a really positive experience on the other side. You never know who you're going to meet. You may meet the next person that you're like, oh my God, I have to be at every one of their streams because they are just that fantastic.
Yeah. And that's that's we're working up to that as well. So who knows? Someone will get the Dare Brew community will raid somebody.
Yeah, Squirrel, I think 2.5. God, has it really been that long?
It has.
Huh? Oh, no. Squirrel's talking about 2.5 years. Me and her.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No. We're just it hasn't been that long for us just yet. I know time goes by fast because we're having fun, but it's not gone that fast just yet. So you want to take Silas with you. I get that. What is the one thing you want to take with you along with Silas?
My phone, so I could stream it. So I could stream the experience.
Or at least record it, right?
Yeah, at least record it. Be like, hi, everybody. I'm alive. Look who I'm with.
Okay. I'm going to ask this just because you put yourself in this situation.
Yeah.
Exactly how much of that would be actual real conversation and how much of that would just be you giggling like a 14-year-old?
Oh boy. Okay, I'll do a nice professional response first, and I'll do the actual Dare Bear response. So professional it'd be a lovely conversation full of intellectual subjects. You know, it's wonderful. He's a great person. And the odd giggle. Okay, the Dare Bear response is what conversation? Dare Bear naturally with someone as gorgeous as him. I'm so sorry. Nope.
I've watched so many people play like was it Fields of Mystria, Farms of Mystria? I don't know. It's some Mystria game that has Hayden in it, and the amount of simping I've heard over that particular gentleman, or Nerd did a modded Stardew that had was it, Beautiful People, Juniper and Hayden, Wolfsy, Fields of Mystery. Thank you, Squirrel. Hey, all I had to do is like hint towards the game. There's people who are like, no, this is what you're talking about, and these are the people you need to be paying attention to.
Right. Awesome.
It's fine.
Great. I'm having a great time.
It's just fine, squirrel. It is just fine. Now you have played Love in Deep Space far more than I have. Like I have 0 hours into the game. You have probably got easily 10x the amount of time in that game than I do. So we're going to get your opinion on things, and I would like for you to rate your favorites.
Okay.
Give me your top 5 favorites.
Well, there's four. Do you mean like the love interests or the parts of the game?
I don't care. Take it however you want to take that one.
Okay. Well,
it's your game. I don't know if it's all just love interest constantly, or if there's like, oh no, there's actual plot that goes along with it. Just not Dare Bear sitting around drooling over every guy that shows up on screen.
You're funny, but you're not wrong. Okay. You're not wrong. You're maybe like 50% correct. But
if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. Like, it's just fine. If I'm like, no, Nora, you are way off base here. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm off base. Okay.
It's fine. No, I'm not kidding. Okay, so I guess to give context to folks who haven't played,
sure.
So Love in Deep Space is essentially a 3D interactive otome. For folks that don't know what otome is, it's essentially a visual novel, and you play it as though you're reading a novel, so it does have plot, it has interesting characters, and with this game, it's known as a gacha game. So it's essentially, it consists of like a lot of side stories with the characters, and since it's called Love in Deep Space, there's romance in it. Duh. And you get typically you get to, I guess it's hard to explain, like there's event-based cards you can get if you want, and sometimes like if you log in for 10 days you get like a free card. But essentially, if we're just talking plot, you are an MC, and you're essentially a hunter. So you hunt something called wanderers. So there's a lot of wanderers, and they're a type of monster. Now, I'm not going to spoil too much of the main story. However, all of the love interests tie to the plot in some way. And it's really cool. So if I can rate the bits of the game itself, first off, number one has to be storytelling, because what I like about a really good visual novel, or just any game in general, is a really good narrative. And this one is really, really well written, and it just keeps going. And I really like that because it builds on it. And sometimes certain games may not do that as well, but I think it does it really, really well. And yeah, I think that's like number one for me, is just the plot is so good and it keeps you on your toes, and it just makes you excited for like the next part. So I guess it brings me to my second part would be the love interests, because each one of them, they are not the same. They have different intricacies to their personalities, and each, like, if you ask any person in the fandom in particular, they're gonna have a different one. That's their bias, meaning like their top favorite.
Well, I mean, that's to be expected. I mean, different personalities are going to gravitate to different personalities, be it look or some other driving force.
Yeah, precisely. And I would say that they are written pretty well. but I would say like if you had to ask me like my top two, I would say Silas and Zane are the most intriguing because there's a lot of character progression. Not that the other two don't have it. Those are the two that just kind of grab me in like the first half, and it's like, okay, this is cool. And Zane coming off as stoic and cold, very mischaracterized as always, but you see the progression of him coming to life with MC. Same thing with Silas. He's like the leader of a big crime syndicate in a way, and he has a softer side, but for MC. So it's just interesting to see that progression and growth. And I find times certain games don't do that enough. Right. Because characters are human beings, right? You have your light sides and you have your dark sides. And I like how they kind of fuse the two together, but one doesn't necessarily overlap. Like you're a human being in a sense, where it's like you're not perfect. And I think the game does a really good job of that. So that's definitely why I put the love interest 2, 3. Combat is pretty simple. I don't want to talk about combat though, because it's just weird to me. I love the game, full disclosure. The combat's just like, it's just there. I do it. It's fine. It gets me more stuff. So there's that. 4, I would say I really like the culture of it and just different traditional things they do in the story. And it's really cool just to experience that. Like they just had an event where there was a lot of traditional Chinese wardrobe from different dynasty eras and dynasties.
Right.
And it's really, really, really cool to see that. And it was beautiful. I guess the 5 would be like the cinematics and the animation, because it's like full 3D. It's very realistic, which is scary. It's like you're actually experiencing it. And it's through mobile too. And that's no easy feat. So it's really cool to see a game do that, I guess. And yeah, no, that's what I like about it so far.
Well, there's a reason why you stream an awful lot of it. So I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's
the graphics are beautiful. Yes.
Yes, they are a chef's kiss moment. Absolutely.
You know what? I think I'm in the wrong profession. I think I'm just going to start becoming a chef. Every time I turn around, chefs are getting all the kisses.
Oh boy. There you go. All right. Well, we'll see you in the next 5-star restaurant, I guess.
No, I burn food more often than not. I would not do it. I would not be a successful chef.
Well then. Okay, well, never mind.
Tacos.
Oh, tacos. Yum, yum.
Tacos are good. Now, okay. What is your preferred way to have your tacos? Like,
oh boy. I like them definitely hard shell, but I do like a good chicken taco. So good. I like a good amount of cheese on it, salsa, medium salsa. And some lettuce if I feel like it. Again, depends on the mood. And yeah, that's pretty much how I take a taco. Otherwise, if we're going down that route, I do like a good chicken quesadilla or a chicken bowl, essentially.
Interesting. Okay. I can't honestly, I can't say too much. As a Puerto Rican, we don't do a lot of tacos, so that's fine. Like I eat a lot of tacos nowadays. Growing up on the island, that was not like a regular thing that we did. So it's fine. It's fine. Do you have a preferred, like, you know what? No, I got a better one. We're just going to dive right into it. We're going to put you on blast.
Woohoo!
Pineapples on pizza.
Oh dear, no. Sorry. If I lose followers because of this, you know what? It's fine. I just why? I get it, the sweet and savory, but it's like why? It's pineapple. But how do I explain it? There's just ways you can have it, but not on pizza. I don't know. I'm already hearing some angry people, guaranteed. I'm already hearing some.
No. There's no angry people. Not that I'm saying.
Give it time.
So pineapple on pizza, yes. I've had it. You see it right regularly. The way you make that work is you have pineapple and Canadian bacon.
Right? Okay.
That's how that works. I don't know if you're like a real big pork fan or not, but like I've seen people cook pork roast and they'll put pineapples on the pork roast during the cooking. It's that same sort of idea of that the sugar helps to soften up the meat, as well as it with pineapple, it adds a bit of tang to it. So you get a sweetness, yes, but you get a nice refreshing acidity to the meat that is underscored by the tomato sauce, and then the cheese kind of helps hold the whole thing together. And so it's this very nice sweet and salty sort of experience, and it's not overly sweet. Like most people are thinking pineapple that you get out of a can, and that's what you're eating on there. And for the most part, it probably is, but they do so with like not overly loaded sugary pineapple because it doesn't work really well. And even if you do, a lot of that sugar is cooked off, so it's not like really sweet. It's more tangy than anything else.
Okay, good to know for sure. Good to know.
So it's people. I've talked to a lot of people who are like, oh no, don't put pineapple on my pizza. You got to try it. I am a big fan of you can't yuck it if you've never tried it.
But
yeah, you got to try it at least once, and then you can yuck it all you want.
I mean, I did try it actually, a long time ago, and then never had it again. I just didn't like the taste personally.
Well, and that's fine. You asked why. I'm just that's for me. That's why for me, because it's a lovely, refreshing, sweet and tangy sort of pizza. I've had peanut butter on my pizza.
Oh, I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
You don't. You can't say you don't like it until you try it.
There you go.
Well, like I was at a convention here recently, and I went Korean barbecue for my very first time.
Ooh, that's good stuff.
And so they put everything down in front of me, and I ate everything they put down in front of me because I've never tried any of it. And there were things that I ate that I'm like, yeah, I will never touch that again. Because it didn't agree with me.
Oh,
and I don't. But it's fine. You eat it, you try it, and you go, yeah, that's all right. Or no, I don't like that. I don't think I'll try it again. But at least you tried it. So you come away with a new experience in life.
There you go.
So that works.
Couldn't
Has
agree
there
more.
been something recently that you have tried for the first time that was surprising to you, and that you turned out that you either liked it or thought you were going to like it, but violently decided that no, that definitely does not sit well with me?
I would say pierogies. Pierogies I did try because where I work, my day job is I have a best friend who runs the cafe there, and she was doing like pierogi week. I've never had a pierogi,
Mm-hmm.
and I was really excited to try it because of what's in it. There's potatoes and cheese and whatnot, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I I decided to give a taste, but I don't know what it was. I was like at first, okay, okay. And then I was like, hmm. So it was more of an undecided, unsure. I wasn't gonna get something if I wasn't like 100% sure. I might try it again next time. So,
Right.
but it definitely was interesting, like tasting the potato inside, and that was good. I did like how the potato tasted. So
There you go.
yeah.
It's always fun. It's like a new adventure trying something new for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Always so much fun that way. Short Bud, have yourself a wonderful evening. Thank you for dropping in. Thank you for visiting. I hope that you have made a new friend this evening.
Bye, Short Bud.
Been wanting to make pierogies again. You miss them. Oh wow. We've made Hermes Rose a little hungry talking about
Oh well.
pierogies.
Sorry, not sorry, but sorry as well.
Little did you know, showing up here this evening, you were going to be set into a fiery passion of hunger and food.
Well, now you know.
You know, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
We live for these moments.
There you go.
Starving. Oh, here comes a Brother Fjord classic. Big same. Yo, Brother Fjord, welcome in, by the way. Brother Fjord would like to know if you were on death row. Doesn't matter what you did to get on death row. We're not here to talk about the violent atrocities that may have or have not been committed to get you there. What would your final meal be?
I mean, well, firstly, it could have been a stabby situation, but we won't talk about that. Final meal. Oof. Oh, it would have to be chicken parm. There you
Okay, why?
go. Well, because I love Italian food, and also it was like I think one of the first things I ever tried years ago. Uh, and I enjoyed it. Enjoyed just the taste of it, like the sauce and the cheese on top and the garlic. Like I'm a big garlic person.
Oh, garlic's
And
the best. You don't have to.
oh, oh yeah, it's just chef's kiss on that.
See, I'm telling you, I'm in the wrong. It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
But yeah, that'd be my last. That'd be my last meal.
Rutherford says, stabby situation. I like this one, Nori. They are a keeper plus chicken parm. True keeper. So there you go.
Thank you.
It's fine. It's fine. It's what we live for. It's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite fruit? No, I'm just kind of curious. We're in the food situation now. Now we're going to talk about food for the next half hour or so. That's just going to be the way it is.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. See, the thing is, I never have just one particular favorite. I do love my fruits. So if I'm gonna do a top three, so I guess my favorite one, oh lordy, it would have to be strawberries. I do love a good strawberry. And then second down would be peaches. And then third would be blueberries. Oh no.
You're fine. I'm laughing at Rose. No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm laughing at Rose.
I thought there was a joke being made.
No. I promise if there was a joke being made, I wouldn't left you out of it.
That's good. Thank
you. Since we're still on the food conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I like strawberries. I'm not a fan of blueberries.
Oh.
Mostly, I think just because the name is wrong because they're not blue.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. What color
That's.
are they?
Have you ever looked at a blueberry? They're purple.
Okay, is it the lighting? I don't know. So I've seen them pretty blue.
Anyways, the bit I was laughing at, we're not going to argue about colors since I'm partially colorblind as it is. So,
Oh.
That's a useless argument for me to even try to entertain or get involved in because I couldn't tell you what color it is.
It's okay. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. See, you're already picking it up. Before you know it, you'll be like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry, Silas. I promise it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, yeah, he'll have no complaints either way.
I'll have to take your word on that one. Anyways, so Hermias Rose would like to know and says, do you toast your sandwich bread? Think carefully.
love you, Hermaeus Rose. 1, 2. Depends on what I'm making. If it's a grilled cheese, then yes. If I'm toasting it and putting like butter or something on it, sure. But it depends. So I'll say most times yes, other times no.
So why this is very funny is because we have gotten into these conversations with Miss Hermaeus Rose on a number of occasions, and their very strong stance is you always toast the bread. Always.
Okay.
And a good number of ours, I say good number of ours, there's a few of us that are very much on the fence of why would you toast your bread? You're just going to dry out your ingredients.
Yeah.
which has earned us quite the ire from Miss Rose, which is it's fine.
Yeah. Yes, I can just sense them already. I'm in the Minkies community with them. I know. And All love to them.
I definitely noticed that there is a very strong bond in the Minkies community. Like
Mm.
you,
Oh
you,
yeah.
you join into that community and you're signing up for quite the experience. It's like, what is the word I'm looking for this word? Yes, the experience. That's the word I'm looking for. Not a cult. No, I
No,
didn't
it's
say
a
cult.
cult.
I did not say cult.
It's a cult. It's a cult. It's a good kind, but it's a cult.
I didn't call it a cult.
Just
Just
I could
saying.
just just see her Mayas Rose just DMing me. Why'd you call it a cult? Why not? Yeah, I came across the Minkies around 23, near the end. I was watching, still am to it, like when I can, bunch of Neil streams and playthroughs, and
Mm-hmm.
his best friend, who's a writer director, Tom DeVille, I
Yep.
became an absolute fan of. Just the way he treats people in general, like both, like just the way he treats people makes people feel welcome, very accepting, and very funny. Uh, like he's just a wonderful person,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, also shout out to him for letting me narrate some of like his and Hermes Rose will know this. He wrote a I'm gonna word this right, not fanfic, but like called a Twilight called a Half Light as a joke, and I had to narrate it because it was so funny, and I had the voices for Edward and Bella, and I asked him for permission. I'm like, hi, hey Tom, is it cool if I narrate it? Like, and he's like, yeah, go for it. So I did. Lo and behold, did not expect him to like share it with people. I ended
Mm-hmm.
up getting like comments being like, "Oh my god, that was good acting," and I'm just sitting there like, "I did it as a joke."
Well, to be fair, I think he did it as a joke too. So I mean,
Yeah. So I went into the Discord server for the Chaos Minkies. Didn't know what Minky stood for, and I don't know who it was that told me, but it meant rats because of a story he read to them. And I was privileged enough. I was at the stream last year. I think it was for Christmas, and he read the
mm-hmm.
same story. And that's how Minkies got their name because they were another name for rats. And um, we, and it was one of the many communities that have made my mental health a little better because when you're in a sad spot, no matter where you are, it's nice to
Right.
have that camaraderie from different people around the
Oh yeah.
world, you know? And the Minkies became a family, another family of mine. Like, and I'll always be grateful to them for like all the support give they've given to me and still do, and I give all of mine to them because it's a beautiful community, and Tom really cultivated something very precious and very rare to find. That you do find it, but it's very rare, and um everybody, it's just a very positive space, and
Right.
the jokes we make, it's just it's awesome. And he played a Dead Space while back, and uh somebody who's also a regular Minky, she kept saying the zombies were necrobabes, and it just stuck. So as a joke, I always say the weirdest stuff on stream just to see a reaction, and
Mm-hmm.
I said I'm here to see my necro hubby or my necro zaddy, and he's just like, because I said I'm here for my hug appointment from one of the zombies. And he's just sitting there trying to like, he's like, teach their own, I guess. He's like, Darian's here for her hug appointment. Like, you got it.
Got it. That's
So
It's
Hermaeus,
fine.
yeah, Hermaeus Rose can attest to that. I was a bit of a I was the I'm the god's favorite troll, as I was coined. And I'm like, that's fine. I want that to be my legacy. It's fine because I like seeing a reaction from him, because all I have to do is just say something just very bizarre, and he just laughs. He's just like, okay, it's Darian. And I'm like, tis me.
There you go.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, it's honestly a lot of what we do as streamers and online content creators is that sort of
Mm.
thing, right? Is trying to get those reactionary pieces.
Yeah. Hmm. Exactly. That's what I like doing. What I do when I stream is, yeah, I'm simping, but it's just I like seeing people laugh in my chat, or just saying just absolute funny things, even if it doesn't make sense. Like, uh, just knowing I made someone laugh means everything. And
Right. Well,
I like to
I
be funny.
know Rose, like, for lack of a better word, talks you up constantly.
Aw, no. Oh, oh, you. Aw. I
I'm. It's fine. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, Rose? I don't know what you're talking about. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything. I promise. Uh, now, have you ever had one of those moments where you get into a voice call, or you're on the phone, or you meet
Mm.
somebody in public where they're just like, oh my god, and they're just like spazzing out for you?
No, not yet. Uh, I have I have my views with that, where um I was how to word. See, now I'm trying
Mm-hmm,
to
mm-hmm.
mathematically word. There we go. One day, if it happens, I'm very fortunate. If you like the content that I do, I appreciate it. Uh, there's We've definitely have a shift in how fandoms react and interact with
Oh yeah.
content creators, and I've got mm, opinions that sometimes they get a little too close for comfort. Just from what I've heard and seen, like literally not like in person, but just like clips online and everything, but just hearing the stories, and it's like, um not that every fan is like this, let me be clear. It's not every fan. Um but in any fandom, you have them bad apples, and
Well,
unfortunately with those
okay.
bad apples,
That's like any place, like
yeah,
any large group of people, you're going to have bad
yeah.
apples.
Oh yeah, that's my point. Is like, just want people to realize I'm not saying all folks like that are bad.
No,
Um,
no, no.
and I think it's just more uh nerves how someone's gonna react to me. Just because of things I've heard and seen, and because I'm as much as I like to think I'm extroverted, and I can be, depending on my mood. Sometimes I can be also introverted, and um I think just if it does happen, I would hope someone would approach me as just any person, online persona aside. It's still me. Um, I just will have moments where it's like, just kind of, I like to keep to myself. just to preserve the battery, like the social battery.
Right.
And because I think it's just important to conserve that as much as possible. But I think just what it comes down to is I do hope people enjoy what I do. And if that does happen where someone kind of is like, oh my god, it's you doing the simp streams, I'm like, yeah. I would want to like hope to have a laugh about it, just say thank you for supporting me, because I'm forever thankful to even be able to do what I do, just because of all
Right.
the love from people in my life, like my best friends, and even my two close best friends who mod for me, and just the support from the Minky community. Just each person, each type of, just each person from everywhere who's supported me is just, I'm just thankful. So if I do get stopped on the street one day, then you'll be the first to know.
So on the whole, you're not opposed to it. It's fine if it happens. It's not anything that's gonna like weird you out if suddenly you're talking to somebody like, wait a minute, you're that Darian? Oh my god, can I have your autograph?
Yeah, I'm not opposed. Well, if it happens, great. If not, that's okay too. Like the support, I've receiving support already. Like I'm very thankful, and thank you to everybody who does and is supporting me and what I do. It means the world. But yeah, I'm just me. I don't know.
Well, okay, but everybody says they're just me, and I would mark that everybody is a unique individual. Everybody has their special talents. Everybody has their way of presenting themselves to the world, and interacting with the world that is truly unique and it's just unique, right? So it's always an experience. For me, doing all these different Talk Tuesdays, it's always a brand new experience because I get to talk and meet and sit down and have a wonderful conversation with an absolutely fantastic and an unbelievable individual that is so unique that I would not have been able to meet them any other way than through this shared moments of experience, these little 3-hour blocks. So they're fantastic, right? So I think they're all wonderful. I think everybody's who comes through here is absolutely fantastic, including yourself. It's a real treat. For me, this is a life, I'm not gonna say life changing, but it is a memorable experience. It is something that I'm always going to remember. So it's a fantastic experience, at least for me. So I love it, right? So yes, to me, I have these moments where like, and nobody gets to see these. These are like the scenes. These are we'll let everybody in on a little behind the scenes magic of what goes into Talk Tuesday, and it usually involves me spending the first 2 hours leading up to that point where we're like, okay, I'm going to be sitting here ready for you to hop in to start talking to me. I spent about 2 hours prior to that just trying to get all the nerves out of the way so I don't like fangirl all over top of whoever I'm talking to when they pop in there, because you're an online content creator. So we saw a shirt at DreamHack over the weekend that was like, I am a niche micro celebrity, is what it says on the back of the shirt. Was I'm a niche micro celebrity. And I think that really is an important thing to keep in mind, is that yes, at the start, everybody's a niche micro celebrity. Everybody is really important, really critical to somebody somewhere. There is somebody who's always going to be your biggest fan. There's somebody who gets really excited when you come around, when you talk to them, when you spend a few minutes of your time with them. They get like really overwhelmed and super excited about that. And those are your friends. Those are the people that you keep around. They all get excited because they come back around to see you again and over and over and over again.
Yeah, exactly.
So you are a niche micro celebrity. You have a fandom. You have a solid group of supporting people that are behind you. So yes, in a way, you have that experience every time you start up your stream. You have people who show up to interact, to talk with you because they are excited because you are that sort of talent, that sort of personality to them. You are their Tom DeVilligan when you start your stream up, right? So,
Tom,
but
I'm coming
it
for your
is.
brand. I'm kidding.
But it's that wonderful experience, right? And so I always find it interesting. Yes, I fangirl over everybody that comes through here because it's you're taking time out of your very busy schedule. Who's Tom? I only know Dare Bear, right? Exactly. And thank you, Carrot Twin.
Thank
I appreciate you. But it's that moment where you sit down and you realize that, you know, people do value the hard work that you put in, the things that you do. I know for one, I appreciate the fact that you've taken time out to come here and sit down and chat with us and having this conversation. I fangirled. And then I got all that nervous energy out of my system so that I could be the cool, suave, debonair online personality that, yeah, it doesn't sound like a complete idiot.
You're doing great.
It's fine. It's fine. I promise. Told myself I wouldn't cry.
It's okay. You're doing great. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate you doing these things for content creators. It's very nice to be able to talk about it, kind of pull the curtain in a sense to, you know, kind of give you behind the scenes of what we do. And it's true. It is
fun.
It's fun.
It is.
And it is yes, we're unique. We are unique individuals, and I'm a unique individual.
You are a fantastic individual with your very own story that is worth recording, worth documenting, and worth
Thank you.
People taking the time to know and learn about. Percy, I thought you were out. What are you back already for? First, I haven't had enough Dare Bear. I'm coming back for seconds.
Well, I'm still here.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's great.
I can't blame you, Percy. I had to come running back too. It's okay.
It's all love. It's all, I like to pull people in with love.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I guess, do you have any goals? I should say any goals moving with regards to your streaming. Like, is this going to be like a full-time thing? Is this just like I'm using this to, you know, get used to being in the public eye on a regular basis, or, you know, is there plan to be like a long-term streaming content creator?
Yeah. So from what I have been doing, eventually I do want to do content creation, and, you know, with my Love and Deep Space playthrough, it has given me that ammunition to be a content creator, like, for that for now, and getting used to being in the public eye, absolutely. And I eventually want to make it to Twitch partner, and I think I'm already on the road to that, actually. I just need a couple of things, and then I should be on the road to Twitch partner. That's like my next goal for streaming, is to become Twitch partner, and
right.
Eventually just kind of build my brand, because yeah, I never thought, I'm not like, how I market myself. Like, a lot of people have a different way of doing it. I market myself through I use my Twitter to market myself, and I think I brand myself pretty well. It's, you know, needs no introduction. the minute you follow me, you are following a crap ton of simping tweets along with like a lot of opinions and just a bunch of love. Um, and I think that's just the branding side of me is just it just comes from my nickname Dare Bear. And it's like because I'm like a Care Bear. I'm just full of love and I will love on everybody no matter who you are. And um I think that's a definite goal as well to develop that brand of myself a little bit. And yeah, eventually though become Twitch partner because that'd be a really big deal.
It would be. I
Mhm.
think ultimately, I think a lot of people try to go for Twitch partners. I don't know. I haven't really given too much thought about going after Twitch partnership because I don't know that. I don't know. I had a thought. Hi, Sierra. Thank you for the lurk.
Hello.
Thank you for dropping by. Um, I had a thought. I swear I did. It was there somewhere.
Just kind of did it just
it evaporated. It just
yeah.
it went the way of the dinosaur. It went, ha ha, you thought you were going to say something clever. Damn you, brain. No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's all good.
It's I promise. I'm not normally this space cadet. No, I am really the space cadet. Yeah, no. I'm like, it was there. I swear it was there. I know it was there. Oh, for crying out loud.
Should we go looking for this thought?
No. I I did have a long weekend. It's fine. It's fine.
It's all good.
I'm trying. We'll make this happen.
You're doing great. You're doing phenomenal.
You're doing phenomenal. I'm not me.
Oh. Oh.
I'm all over the place like a space cadet. I am normally all over the place like a space cadet. To be fair, I. But I know this about myself, so it's fine. The void is doing it again, huh?
It's a beautiful void, isn't it? It's absolute, just beautiful abyss. You keep
Don't stare
going
into
downwards.
it. Don't stare into it.
Oh no,
I'm
there
back.
I go.
So what sort of hobbies do you find you get yourself into?
Well,
when you're not busy simping over spacemen.
Come again?
What do you mean? There's something other than simping over spacemen? I don't know. Is there?
Well, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, I do. I have a singing background. Um, I'm vocally trained, so I do a lot of just do singing on my own time. I used to perform at a lot of
Mm-hmm.
places before I got into where I am now, which is voice work. I stopped because it burnt me out and just I didn't like the idea of just being on a stage and performing. There was just too much pressure, and the music industry is kind of it's just not where it should be or where I would like it to be personally. And it just like it was just too much pressure, and it
Right.
was competitions and whatnot. And I'm like, it took the love out of it for me. And I think I just like being behind a screen, if you will, where you don't have to really focus on my face too much and
Right.
you could just hear my voice. And that's what I like about voice work is you just hear my voice. Doesn't matter how I look in a sense. Um so singing, like I just do singing here and there. Um a lot of people who may have followed me on Twitter know I posted a lot of like little singing covers, especially my favorite one to do is the Night Song hymn from BG3 because it is such a beautifully written piece of music that I've ever heard. And just the singers who sing on that is very, very operatic. And I'm a mezzo soprano, so it means I can sing very high and sing very low. And I just my favorite piece of music to sing. And so sometimes I do that. I also play guitar, and I've written songs before, and
Nice.
so yeah. So sometimes I'll tinker around, and then I'll play my usual video games just to my own time, and I do a lot of reading as well. It's to keep my brain awake. Um, Otherwise, yeah, it just whatever keeps me active in a day is what I
Do
do best.
you have a favorite genre of music you like to play? Because
That's a
you
tough
say
one.
you play guitar.
Um, if it's particularly, I do like my heavy metal stuff.
Fair. Heavy metal is, but I'm not. No, heavy metal is a good thing
Mm-hmm.
to take out a lot of ruthless aggression on.
Oh, it is. I may or may not have a playlist that actually has anger in it. And
Noise.
it's it is very helpful, uh, especially combating the negative emotions. Uh, and so yeah, because I grew up on classic rock through my family. My mom would play a lot of like AC/DC, Kiss, Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi. And then there's my dad who listens to heavy metal, grew me up on Metallica. Um,
Hey, for shouty
uh,
music.
Sorry.
Greenies like yay for shouty music.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know that I
Uh,
would say it's shouty music. I feel that like that's a slight misnomer for what is essentially more acoustical distortion.
yeah, I think it just depends. I think why Greenie said shouty, it's just because sometimes singers will go, like very guttural
Well, yeah, but
metal
that's
metal
more
singing.
distortion. I mean, that's because that's just the way you're making your vocal cords distort your voice. You can shout, yes, but if you actually look, so I said I've talked to and I have worked with some guys that do heavy metal on a regular, and they'll tell
Okay.
you that it's not shouting. They're not shouting at all. If they spent the entire concert actually shouting like what you think, that they would blow their own voices out. It's not shouting.
Okay, so it's like oh, I get what you mean now. There's a way they do it where it doesn't
Yeah,
you do it. Yeah.
it's vocal control. It's all
Okay. Yeah.
in the larynx and how you process the airflow as it comes through, and it's really a very interesting vocal control.
Oh. Okay, yeah, because I've
Um,
heard I've heard about that. I even myself, I'm guilty of that. I thought it was like a way of it's not shouting per se. It's like a
yeah,
vocal type of shouting, I guess. Like not, yeah.
it's about the same as listening to people with like really low voices and they just like vibrate. Um,
Mm.
in order to get down into the lower registries, they
Hmm.
most of the like the really deep singers, they don't
Yeah.
they don't naturally sing to get down there. What they do is they growl.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's called the bass growl, and so that's the way you get down into the real lower registers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always interesting. I find some of that stuff fascinating.
Oh no, it is like
there's a YouTuber I watch an awful lot, the Charismatic Voice, on YouTube. And they cover a lot of this when so they listen to singers for like they do first time and they review it and they're like, oh, well they're doing this really cool thing with their mouth and their voice and she goes through the science of how people sing.
Oh, I know who that is.
And
yeah.
it's
she's really
absolutely
good.
fantastic. Yes, it's fantastic. Very fascinating.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went on a.
No, don't just sorry. It's all good.
I went on a slight rant about it.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
But no, it's interesting. I saw. I was looking at some of your Instagram stuff and noticed that you had an acoustic guitar. So I was curious as to what music you like to play on that acoustic guitar.
Yeah, I singer-songwriter. If it's on guitar, then it would be singer-songwriter. Or there's one time I learned how to play Linkin Park's Numb. That was good.
Oh, yeah, that's a good song.
Oh, yeah.
That's a fun one to play.
Mm-hmm.
I was always a big fan of Eric Clapton. I loved his guitar riffs in the way that he would, him and Jimmy Page.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very classic guitar players. Like, I liked his work in the band Cream. Sunshine of Your Love is like my favorite song.
Mm-hmm. Because I was learning to play guitar. Those were the songs that I was learning to play from. So I tend to have a bit more of a swing, and yeah, a bit more of a swing, more of a stylized kind of like jazz sort of play session when I play guitar. But
that's
again,
cool.
a lot of that is from where the guitarist that I learned to mimic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always fun. I enjoy meeting up with other guitarists and then talking with them. Like, okay, so how do you like to? What is it you like to play? Like, as of recently, I have been journeying my way through fingerstyle.
Nice.
Which is an entirely different playing mechanism than what I'm used to entirely.
Yeah.
It's really interesting trying to figure out how to balance all of the various different, like the melody with the rhythm and then the bass all on your right hand while you're putting your fingers all over the frets with your left.
That's very cool.
And it's definitely depending on the song, it's definitely more of a walking style. So rather than chording your way around, like you will do some occasional chords, but your fingers do more of this, like, I'm just going to step from here to here to here, and you walk up and down the fretboard. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think my stepdad is doing a lot of that, actually. The finger style. Like, because he just ordered a new guitar, so he's very excited. So in the meantime, he's using his electric that he has and is doing the finger style as well.
Nice.
So yeah, so it's very cool. I just play just standard acoustic. I learned just the basic chords, C, G, A minor, E minor, and I just learned just those basic chords like my stepdad taught me, and I just kind of learned from there.
Well, I mean, everybody starts somewhere. Like, when I was first starting out a guitar, I was taught C, G, and D. Those were the Those were the chords I was taught. Like, here, you can play anything from this. And that was my father truly could play any song with just those handful of chords. And
Oh
I'm like,
yeah.
well, that's nice, but that doesn't sound exactly like the way these guys play it. I want to learn how they play it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
um, that started a whole different route for me. Uh, it's fine. You know, these are like little life experiences, and everybody
Yeah.
has their own sets, and it's always rather fascinating.
Oh, absolutely.
Now you don't do you go out and play in public? Are you a behind closed doors sort of player?
I tried years ago. Like the one thing I could play in public is my keyboard, like piano, because it's something I
Mm-hmm.
am a little bit more proficient in than guitar. Whereas
Right.
if it's guitar behind closed doors, you won't see that. Nope, there's no way. But if it's piano, then yes.
See, I'm jealous. My piano skills are lackluster at best. Um, I do a fairly good Jeopardy theme.
So that means we have to hear it.
What, on piano? I don't have a piano in front of me, so
One Todd, there are programs for that. Just a thought.
Nope.
I had to.
Keep trying. Uh, all that aside, I have been involved in some music making projects, especially here in the last, I want to say about 2.5 months now. I've been slowly working my way through a steampunk heavy metal album I've been building. So
Ooh, very nice.
it's been fun.
Hmm.
But that's slow going.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're not here to talk about that.
That's okay. That's awesome, though. That's really good. And even though it's slow, it's just good to take your time with those things.
So I like telling stories. Like that's sort of the thing that I like doing. So I'm a very classical musician. So
Mm.
the songs that I write is more of the bardic storytelling nature.
Oh, yes, I've seen those. Yes.
So those are my preference. I like having a story. It helps keep everything in pace, everything on track, and gives the audience something to follow.
Mm-hmm.
So, how about your songs? Are they emotional driven? Are you telling stories with them? Like, what's the when you sit down and write your music? What's your driving force?
It's mixture of both, really. It's storytelling, emotions, and also just life. And I find life is really it tells the story. Like life experiences are good form of storytelling. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and most of my songs are pretty like, even though they're melancholy, they're still life experience. And just it just starts with just me sitting on my bed with my guitar and just start strumming. And I there was one song I wrote a year ago, a year or so ago, and it's a very personal one. And um, I wrote it about just a really rough time in my life, and it kind of just came together on its own. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking pieces of what happened in my life and compiling it into a picture. And I that's just kind of how I write my songs is It's like I'm painting a picture,
Yep.
but just with instruments and words.
Yeah. The best kind of pictures.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Those are some of my favorite kind of pictures, if I'm being honest.
Oh yeah, same. I like when a song can provoke uh one's thought. Like a thought-provoking song makes you think, makes you if you can relate to it. And that's how I like to write is could people relate to this? And yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the way there. Oh no, I'm looking at this puzzle. They've almost got the puzzle done.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. It's not too bad of a puzzle. Hermaeus Rose would like to know, what kind of sandwiches do you not toast the bread?
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
You brought it on yourself. You brought it on yourself.
No, but one, if this better not change the course of the friendship, and I'll say that now. Two, I know they're giggling as they're typing this to me. And three, I don't toast if it's like just like oh, I don't know if it's just like a regular cheese sandwich, like a cheese slice sandwich. If it's not grilled cheese, then there's that. Or if it's something with deli meat. Otherwise, most times I am toasting the bread because it tastes pretty good.
And Rose, it may be late question because you probably submitted that a little while ago, but we were deep into a different section of the conversation, and as it is my show, I was using my prerogative to follow a line of questions in the discussion because I was interested in the topic.
Nice.
I do that on occasion. It's fine. Is it fine? It's fine. I think it's fine. I'm gonna call it fine. It'll be fine. Yeah. And they said, okay, good, you passed. Apparently, that was the correct okay answer.
Wow, thank you. Glad to hear it. Oh dear.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm gonna have you converted. You're gonna be saying it before you even know you'll be out walking around one day. Be like, it's fine. It's fine. And you're like, wait. God damn, Nori.
No, it's gonna happen where once I stream, like when I stream again, I'm just gonna be like, it's fine, guys. It's
son of
blame Nori. Just blame
coming
Nori.
after. It's Nori's fault. I spent an entire 3-hour session with him. Just, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's my Bob Ross moment, you know. And there's no such thing as accidents. Just happy little accidents. It's fine.
That's a good Bob Ross.
My grandmother loved Bob Ross, and so I would spend summers listening to Bob Ross on television.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Aww.
I'd say it's a good Bob Ross, but that's because I grew up with Bob Ross. We brownies would like to know, what is your favorite dragon-related piece of media?
Well, the show House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones. I love that one. I will say last season. Mm. uh, if Sloth is still there, we lobotomized Sloth and I we made it pretty much a routine watching every Sunday the next episode of season I was about to say season 2, and we would watch it every Sunday, and so because they'll always text me, hey Dare, it's Sunday, got it. So we made it our mission and watched it, and then we just I fell in love with at first I was like Game of Thrones, don't know, wasn't sure. I grew to love it after a while.
Really?
I think, yeah, I think it was like during COVID at the time I got into it, but particularly, if I'm being honest, seasons 1 to 4 more so. I just really liked, I guess, the writing back then and just the storytelling. But I just liked the dragons in it, and also I loved Daenerys Targaryen because I love how she speaks in Valyrian.
Okay.
And it was very cool. And so when House of the Dragon came out, it was very happy because seeing people speak Valyrian, it's just really, really good. And I just love how gorgeous the dragons are. And I even when they say Dracarys, or I guess dragon, or whatever it means. But yeah, I would say that's my favorite piece, is House of the Dragon, more so.
Fantastic. I'm gonna have to take your word on it, honestly, because I never made it past the first episode of. Like, it was, I have sat down to watch that show, no less than I think 8 or 9 times now, and I literally get into the first episode, get about 5 to 10 minutes into the first episode, and I pass out, and I wake up somewhere about the 7th or 8th episode after sleeping all night, and I'm like, okay, it's good to put me asleep with, but now I have to start over again.
It's a good sleep aid.
It's not making it anywhere in this show. How can people stay awake to watch this stuff?
I think it's just with anything. Maybe especially if they've read the books, because it's George R.R. Martin. I guess that keeps them interested, and also when you have a lot of like brutal violence and whatnot, I would say that's very, heightens the show, if you will. A lot of infighting and people getting their heads cut off. It keeps someone awake.
See, I can't make it to those points where that stuff happens. Like, I have skipped ahead, but then at that point I'm like, okay, I have no idea why are they cutting this guy's head off? Crap. Now I have to actually go back and watch the other stuff that I skipped on.
Yeah. Which
means I need to go back and rewatch episode 1. And start over from the beginning. Son of a, that's not going to happen anytime soon.
No, it's understandable. It is long. It can be long. I did truly enjoy the earlier seasons, so.
Well, that's good. Well, I mean, as long I imagine it is a show for some people.
Exactly.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a show for everybody, but it is a show for some people, and as long as they are enjoying it, that's what matters. I am not here to yuck anybody's yum. That's not a thing.
There you go.
So it's fine. Slowly corrupting the Dare Bear.
Slowly corrupting the Dare Bear. You have not seen my brain yet. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Final sets of questions coming at you.
Sure.
Very first one is we're at most of the way. I say most of the way. Yeah, we pretty much we're looking at the end of 2024, and then so between now to the end of the year, or up to like the first half of next year. Do you have any like really big, exciting news or something that you want to draw attention to? I don't know whether this could be anything like a charity event or an upcoming release of something that you're doing, something that you want to like, hey, pay attention to this. You don't want to miss out on it because otherwise you suck.
Nice. If you don't check this out, you suck. No, no. Um, well, what can I announce that has been? I can announce that I am in a audio drama that is slowly being released. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Faithfully Yours, Mozart. It was written and directed by my a fellow friend of mine. Her name's Faith Jacobs. She's a brilliant writer director. She directed me. I play Constanza
Constance.
Webb. Yeah, Constanza
Aha.
Weber.
Aha. I pay attention.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I play Constanza Weber, and um, it's a beautifully written audio drama, and it's basically about the courtship. Like first, pretty much this whole part is about the courtship of Mozart, or Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, and
Mm-hmm.
Constanza Weber, and she wrote it in such a way that's so welcoming and inclusive to especially folks in the neurodivergent community, because her being neurodivergent herself, she sees how important it is that every person is represented in media. And I thought it was such a beautifully written script, and that's what got me to audition. And I was very lucky enough to be given this role. And Constanza is a
Nice.
she has a big piece of my heart. And what I love about her the most is pretty much she's me in a nutshell. Very empathetic, very kind, and just wanting to help Mozart see the beauty within his soul. And um, excuse me, it's on Spotify, or being released on Spotify, and so there's more of that coming. Um,
Well, that's
oh
exciting news.
yeah, yeah. There's a few. I like to say there's a few things I think coming out soon that hasn't been announced yet. So I'm just gonna say, pretend I'm under NDA and can't talk about some things. Uh,
Yeah, you're fine.
I I did
You only share what you
announce.
want to share. You're fine.
Yeah. I did announce, and I'm just going by what I announced on Twitter, but I announced
Mm-hmm.
that I'm in a Doctor Who fan production, and I play the Queen. And that's
Mm-hmm.
coming out very soon. Um, I'm not sure what day, but I know sometime this month. I'm pretty sure it's coming out soon. If you follow me on Twitter, that's where you will see a lot of my work. I'm very excited. The Queen was a fun time to record. I got to really you get to see another side of me. Let's put it that way.
You mentioned Doctor Who. You instantly got Bates's attention.
Ah,
You're,
good.
you're,
Yes. Let's just say, yes, I play the Queen. She's quite important in the episode coming up. You will see. She's let's just say she has her reasons. So,
there
don't want
you
to
go.
spoil too much. So I have that coming up. I'm also in Um, it just went live, so I can talk about it. I'm in a mod for Warhammer 40K Dawn of War, very old Warhammer game.
Mm-hmm.
And I am in a mod called the Penal Legions mod. And I'm very grateful to the team for having my voice on there. It was just released.
Oh,
And
nice.
yep, I play two characters. I play uh, basically two what are they called? Fighters. There you go. It was I recorded those in the beginning of pretty much the beginning of 24. And that was a fun time. I really enjoyed it. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
also in, I guess this is the last thing I'll announce, but this is I am in a upcoming RPG strategy game called HexaQuest, and that's coming out at some point. I play three characters, and each very different, and I'm very excited. And I'm just grateful to the director for gifting me these roles. These roles mean the absolute world. Just all the roles. I'm grateful to all the directors who put their trust in me. And
No kidding.
yeah, and sorry, one more thing. I am also, I believe the episode premiered on live stream. I'm also in a fan production based on the Yamato series for folks that know. It's called Saga of a Space Battleship, and I play Addie Foyers, who is a chief on the Yamato, and I just made my debut on episode 3. It was premiered on a live stream, so once I get the
Oh,
link,
that's
that'll
fantastic.
yeah, yeah. So that's pretty much and more
Spaceship
to
Yamato, huh?
yeah. So more to be announced.
It was a fantastic series too. I enjoyed that
Mm-hmm.
series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's yeah, this fan made series is just brilliant. The director, writer director, brilliant. I love the script and I love my character. She has a lot of layers, and I'm just
Yes. If you are playing who I think you're playing, yes, a lot of layers is like an understatement, but it's fine.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
It's still
so it's fun.
fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm very excited for all of that. And again, thank you so much to all the directors and everybody on the team for gifting me these amazing opportunities and roles. And I'm just excited for more to come.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we're going to put it all out into the interwebs and generate all the good positive vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Because who doesn't love a good bit of positive vibes?
Yes.
And according to your number one fan, you are so cool.
Gee, who's that? I wonder. Who's that?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know. I just read the statements. I don't know.
I,
Who's?
I, I wonder if they have Rose in their name because thank you.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yes.
And so your final question of the evening, which is the one you started to answer earlier, and I cut you off.
Yeah.
Which now you can get up on the soapbox and tell us all the positive advice that you have for a new streamer coming onto the scene.
Mm. Meh, no, I'm kidding. I was gonna say meh. No, kidding. That's not my advice. I know it's a big ass cliche, but uh, honestly, you don't need anything fancy. You don't need to spend a whole entire paycheck just to get the newest computer or webcam. Um, take your phone and just go live. Do what makes you happy, because that in turn is going to bring in like your pals and people who want to see that happiness, because too many times people stick to what makes them revenue or what gives them viewership, whereas personally I just do what makes me happy. Whether I get 5 people watching me, 10 people, point is you're just there to have fun. And just remember that going in, it can be a little intimidating because it's Twitch. But
Well, yeah.
But think of it as like organizing a hangout with your friends. That's kind of how I do it. And do what makes you happy, but do something that gives you that creative drive. Be it streaming your favorite video games, writing, etc. Whatever makes you happy, go for it. Because ultimately, if you don't take those risks in life, you don't know. You don't know what'll happen. And if I didn't take that risk to stream, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I'm grateful. And just know that, once again, here comes a cliche. Things happen for a reason, and just keep at it. And yeah, you just have fun. Enjoy it. It's a ride. Just go along for the ride, and you will find your footing. Don't worry about anything in regards to numbers, because it's just a number. You're just there to have a good time. So there you go. And I can't wait to see you stream.
It's fantastic. Carrot Twin, have a good night. Thank you for dropping in. We've enjoyed having you here. I hope that you have enjoyed learning a little something about this phenomenal voice actor, this phenom of absolute fantasticness that is the Dare Bear that we all know and love. So there you go.
Thank you.
Swear, I'm just going to start putting myself out there as like the epic hype man for everybody. That's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah. You really are. And that's awesome. We need hype men are great, you know?
It's fine. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that is our 3 hours is over and done with before you even realized it. This has been an absolute delightful evening, Darian. Thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule to hang with us. It has been phenomenal. It's been fantastic. It has been amazing. It has been everything that I could have hoped it to be, and then some. Roses, no! Well, okay. If you want more, you'll have to hit that follow button. In fact, we're going to make this easy, right? So we'll do, because this is part and parcel to the whole coming here on Talk Tuesday. It's the thing that we do. HTBA, there's that. So there's a little heart that just showed up in the top corner of your chat bar. If it's not lit up, you're doing it wrong. I'm sorry. That's just the way it works. You're doing it wrong. So click that button. Go catch them next time they go live. Go sit there and enjoy every moment of this fantastic monolithic, not a micro celebrity, a mega celebrity as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Yes, definitely. I tend to go live pretty sporadic. Sorry about that, but I do tend to go live mostly Saturdays at give or take 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check your local time zones for that equivalent.
There you go.
And most of the time it is Love and Deep Space content, and so it's a bunch of Dare Bear simping. So if you like somebody who's laughing and sometimes who sings the theme song to the game, because it's a really good theme song, and just has a good time, definitely give me a follow and keep your notifications on so you know when I go live.
I wouldn't say definitely. I would say you should. That's a must. It's a mandatory. It is the way things working. It's how it has to happen. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. You do even have a. It's the second time now we've gotten you on this stream talking about you're coming after Tom. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Sorry, Tom. All love. And it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
It's
like,
fantastic.
Who's Tom? We don't know.
We don't need no Tom. We have a Dare Bear. Ha!
Don't mind me. I'm just coming for the brand. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, you know, go with what works, right? If you got it, stick it, and grab it, and go with it. Okay. So the last piece of business that you have to take care of, that is on you to do, is pick because we have a collection of absolutely fantastic and phenomenal people who have spent this entire evening learning all about an amazing streamer. One, I'm sad to see that the show is ending already, but we have to still go off and go tell people that they suck because they weren't here for it. Do you have a particular person you would like to go raid out to?
Oh, this doesn't help when I don't have my app open. I'm so sorry. Don't know. It could be well, it could be really anybody that's live right now. I'm not too sure.
Could be anybody.
Yeah. Let me see. Because I'm scared if I open my Twitch app, it's going to disconnect my Discord.
Well, even if it does disconnect your Discord, it'll be fine. You can go open up Twitch app, find who you want, and then come back and tell us. We'll wait right here for you.
Okay. Let me just go take a look.
Because, you know, this is all part and parcel. This is standard protocol. We're going to go and yell and scream and make a bunch of noise and tell them how much that they missed out on a fantastic learning about an amazing person. That is the way that works. Meanwhile, Hermaeus Rose is diving around very frantically trying to hurry up and finish up this puzzle. It's fine. It's fine.
Hello. I'm back.
Hello.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
So there is one in particular, and I happen to be sub to his channel because he has his funny moments. His name is Sebi Webbs TV, and he's currently playing something. I can't tell what he's playing, but it's just chatting. But he's very, very funny, and
spell that for me.
SEBBY.
Sebi Webbs.
Yeah. Sebi WEBZ.
Yeah, Sebi Webbs. Yep, I found him.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Well, if that's where you want to go, that's where we're going to go.
Perfect.
All right. Well, I am going to I'm going to change this over to the end screen. We got a little bit of music that should play. Hopefully all this stuff works this time around. Last time I was doing this, half the stuff was broken. I was like, what are you doing?
Well, damn, eh?
It's just the way it happens. But yeah, we'll hit the end screen and I will let you get off and enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your evening. Thank you for taking this time to spend with us. It has been delightful. It's been amazing.
Thank you.
It has been
Thank you.
Everything we could have hoped for and then some.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Nori. Much appreciated. And thank you, everybody, just for being so kind and supportive. And hope to see you guys for the next stream.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Well, there you have it. That's the end screen. We're out. We're heading on out. We're going to go see a Sebby Webs TV or Sebby Web Z. I'll get this right yet. Horrible with names. But it's been a fantastic evening. We've had a wonderful evening. We have learned about amazing people, an amazing person. From singer to songwriter to voice actor to amazing streamer. That's right, Darian HTVA. Been a fantastic night. Thank you all for coming out and hanging out. I know as we've been a little later than we normally have been, but you know, that's the way these things work with Talk Tuesday. But you guys have been amazing. You've come out, you've stuck it out, you've seen to the end, and we're now going to go say hi to somebody new. So it's going to be a good time. I look forward to seeing you all again next time. This Friday, I think we're going to be getting into some normal shenanigans mess. I don't know if it's going to be Elden Ring or something else, but we're going to do something this Friday, whatever it happens to be. And then on Saturday will be a return to our Storied Saturday. I would like to thank our raiders and from Miss Hermias Rose, who brought on all you lovely people to come say hi and meet Darian HDBA. Thank you very kindly. And then next week on Talk Tuesday, next week we have a hot iron pot from the Regime team here on Talk Tuesday next week. I imagine it'll probably be a 6 o'clock hour. I will find out and I will let you all know just as soon as I know. So that aside, let's go say hi. I still don't have, and I have failed to write a Talk Tuesday thing. So I will set about and try and make certain we have that for next time. But there you go. There's the raid messages that we have. First one's for all you lovely subscribers. The second one's for all you lovely followers. Whichever one you can do, grab it, copy it. Get ready to paste it, spam it. Let's go tell Sebby Webs how they missed out on hanging with a Darian HTV and learning all about this fantastic streamer. And until next time, continue to be the fantastic, fabulous, and amazing people that I already know you are. And until next time, well, you know how this goes. Bye for now.